So what happened is that Holiday Inn, at the end of the day, decided to walk away, and so did E.C. Harris, because we simply ran out of money. In other words, we stood in October 2002 with a complete hotel, but no hotel operator, no construction manager, and with two furious funds, and obviously a bank that was not happy at all. The fans agree to bring money, but at an interest rate of no less than 25% per annum. In our country, this is counted to be grey market, which is completely illegal, but in Romania those days, this was the only opportunity that I could to complete the hotel. I obviously personally wanted to leave everything behind me and to carry on with my life, but I knew that if I would do that, the boat will just shrink into the water. So I decided to stay, but I agreed also with the fans that the moment we open the hotel, we will find the managing director, because I'm not the right person for that. So the fans brought finally the money. We made all the arrangements with the furniture, the fixtures and the equipment, and in April 2001 we stood with the hotel ready, and we started what is called soft opening, which means that you bring all your friends, families, acquaintances and so on, and not taking money from them, just really checking and testing how the system works. At that point, Reyes Kondrashov from Holiday Inn turned to be the managing director for Ramada, and he offered to run the hotel as Ramada, and already sent people to check the hotel, and we could live up to the standard of Ramada, but I cannot remember even, but it turned as well sour. Although Reyes Kondrashov is even today one of my best friends, and we are doing a lot of business together, I don't know what, I cannot remember what happened, but we decided to open it as our own hotel. So we opened the hotel on the 6th of August 2001, meaning nearly 9 years after we bought the first piece of land. And 6 weeks later, we found a hotel manager called Paul Marashoyer that was previously a hotel assistant to hotel manager in another hotel, unbranded, non-branded hotel in Bucharest called Ambassador, and he became the manager and actually stayed with the hotel until we sold it in August 2007. Two days after we opened the hotel, my parents honored me by visiting the hotel. They arrived Wednesday morning, early morning, because all the flights usually went at night, arrived 4 o'clock in the morning to the hotel. When they arrived, obviously I waited for them, and they asked me how many guests are. I said 6, except me. When they woke up at 9 o'clock, the hotel was full, was flooded with people and actually overbooked. What happened is that at 6:30 in the morning, the manager of El Al called me and told me, listen, do you remember that you offered me your hotel? I said, sure. I said, well, there are guests that are already on the way to you. I said, well, but we are unprepared. He said, sorry, it's already too late. There are 2 buses on the way to you. And before I managed to say Jack Robinson, 2 buses parked outside of the hotel, and about 230 passengers obviously very angry about because of not flying to Israel, coming into the hotel. We were completely unprepared, but what happened is that I took all the people that were already in the hotel, and later on, when the other people for the bookkeeping and all the departments came, I took everyone and we started working in teams and preparing all the rooms. I was running up and down, sweating like a pig, but luckily at about 12:30, the last passenger managed to get into the room and sleep until the night flight that they flew home. But during the day, people that were waiting sat in the bar, sat in the restaurant, sat in the reception, and I didn't have any money with me. So my mother took $700 out of her pocket and sent a driver to buy juice and toilet paper so that we could put in the rooms and give the customers. At about 6 o'clock, most of these customers left and came another bus, but at that time we were ready. To conclude, it took us about 9 years. In the meanwhile, I got 2 wonderful children. I moved with my family from Israel to Denmark. I got a lot of experience, and I think the best school or business school that I could ever think of, I got. And then the question is, as David asked me, if I would have to do something, if I would have to return or go through this procedure once again, what would I have done differently? And the answer is, I don't know. At any given point, I felt that although I had partners, although I had investors, although there was a bank, all the problems that we had, I was alone against a very big army facing me. People that were not interested whatsoever that this hotel will happen and that this could help the country to develop. The only thing that they were interested is how much money they could get into their own pocket, what it's called in Romanian șpagă. And in the press conference that you could see in the pictures, I was asked by a few reporters what was the help that the Romanian state helped me. And I put all the 134 certificates, approvals on the walls, and I told him, this is how you helped. With a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of corruption, and the best thing is, for me, is if this hotel could succeed. Luckily, in August 2007, we sold the hotel to an Austrian hotel chain, Vienna International, owned by a company called Varintex. I managed to get a little bit more than 100% on our investment before tax. But if you divide it over a period of 15 years, if I would put the money in a bank, I could get, not in Denmark, but I could get in Israel and in many other countries, much higher interest with no risk, and certainly I could avoid many of these problems. So if I would have knew that these are the obstacles and these are the problems that I'm going to face, in return the award is relatively little, I would have never started this project, ever. But on the other side, the experience that I got from this project is immense, that I could not judge it in terms of money, but in terms of experience. It takes me in all the projects that I am doing around the world today, and I earn normally good money. I would like to thank you for your attention, and I hope that you find this story fascinating. I was not mentioning many of the details because I just concentrated where the problems were and how we managed to solve them, and the reward at the end of the day. Thank you very much.